Hey guys, Ryan here from Indy Wrestling School, and how do you promote your wrestling shows? We're going to talk about it all coming up. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing below. We put out new videos every single Thursday for 3 Minute Thursday. So I know we've talked about this quite a bit in the past and about promoting your shows, but I think it deserves a little bit of an update, right? I mean, the world's a much different place than when I created some of those videos. So typically what I would tell you is the best way to promote is boots on the ground, people out in the streets, putting up posters, putting up signs, letting people know, screaming it from the rafters, hey, we have a show. COVID-19 and this whole pandemic has changed everything, right? So where you might have had a sellout of 300, 500, 1,000 people capacity, now you're limited to 50, 75. So you're not looking for the same amount of people. So you want to make sure you have your most passionate fans there, the people who want to see the show the most. How do you do that? Unfortunately, right now, the easy answer is online. It's going to be Twitter, it's going to be Instagram, it's going to be Facebook, and I hate that answer. I do. I think that's the lazy way of promoting. I think that's how 90% of the promoters who get involved in pro wrestling, when they think all I'll do is promote online, 90% of them fail, because they're just relying on that. They're not working with sponsors. They're not trying to get any additional ad revenue. They're just hoping to send a couple emails out during the day and really part-time this. And I think that's where so many people fail. Unfortunately, because of where we are right now, I think that's your best answer. Getting out there, promoting on your social media, and just getting the rabid fans that you expect to be there no matter what. Now, if you don't have a fan base already, you have a much harder climb right now. To be totally honest, it's very hard to get people to invest in a brand new product. What I would tell you if you're starting something brand new from the ground up is start with some tapings. No fans there, or maybe 10 fans there, and then put your show out there on the internet and let people enjoy it and get a following behind it. And then once you get some people invested in the product, then you go ahead and start trying to sell tickets and everything like that. But you're gonna have to endure that burden for at least a short time of trying to get people engaged in your show. Right now it's a difficult time for anybody, especially newcomers into this field. So don't get discouraged. Just know that you're gonna have to put in more work. And if more work doesn't sound like that's gonna be fun for you, then this is not the line of work for you anyway. Independent wrestling is more than a hobby. It takes up a significant amount of your time. And if you're not prepared to invest that, and you just want to do the fun stuff of booking matches and holding up belts, being a promoter is not for you. Now, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I want everybody out there who's running shows. It's better for the wrestlers. It's better for the fans if there's more shows than they can keep up with. But we also have to be honest with ourselves, right? The pandemic has changed the world, and at least for right now, it's a very difficult landscape for any newcomers coming in. The other thing you can do, and we touched on this in other videos, is book the guys who will promote the product, promote your show. Not just themselves, but promote the show and say, hey, here's where we're at, here's what else is going on in this show, here's what I'm doing, but there's all these other matches and there's all this exciting stuff. You should check it out. If you can get those guys and a couple of people that fans really want to see, you're in a better position for success. Now, once the world goes back to normal, I still stick with my initial response of boots on the ground. You got to get posters up. You got to do the work. That's the best way to get fans there. Now, if you're finding yourself where you need to get additional people, you can always work with charities, right? There's always charities that are looking to receive tickets and stuff like that, or donations and stuff like that. But you want to be very careful that you're being upfront and honest. There are far too many promoters out there who work with charities and keep all the money for themselves. As disgusting as that sounds, those people exist and they run currently in my home state, and it's disgusting. So if you're going to work with a charity, the way I would recommend is give them a couple tickets. Give them 15, 20 tickets. Let them give away to friends and family, and maybe those 15 to 20 people will come back to your next show, or maybe 5 or 6 will come, and then you give another 10 or 15 to a different charity, and then 5 or 6 come to the next show. Before you know it, you have 100 people coming to your shows that would have never heard about it otherwise. So don't be afraid to give away tickets if it means you will potentially have customers in the future. Right now, it's hard to get people to leave their house. We all know that. So you might have to give away 100 tickets to get 40 people there. Just know that right now, unfortunately for everybody, it's an uphill battle. And if you're new, that mountain is a little bit steeper. but there's no sense in giving up. If this is something you want to do, run at it as hard as you can. That's all for this week. If you like this video, please beat the shit out of the like button, and we'll see you next week for 3 Minute Thursday.